Here we are, Uwe Boll RAW with
I,
Gary from the dentist.
yeah. Hey guys, forgive me that my face looks all swollen, and that I'm talking a little funny or I'm talking a little slow. I feel like Sylvester Stallone because like half my face can't okay, I can't smile, I can't do a lot of shit. So like what happened was I waited till I was 45 years old to get my wisdom teeth and the tops and the bottom taken out. So everybody out there who's young, go get your shit removed now because I waited so long that the bottom teeth were growing into like sideways into my teeth, shifting my teeth. And then they said that the nerves were intersecting with the nerves from my entire face and my jaw, that there was a 50-50 chance I would never feel anything again on the bottom half of my face.
Yeah.
So he tried to cut that down to 20/80 by like what coronectomy is they cut off half the tooth. They cut out, they open up your gums, cut it open, then go in, they cut off half the tooth and they leave the root there so they don't have to cut the nerves. So
Fuck.
that's what fucking happened. So that happened a couple days ago. And you know, I have to admit, my emotionality and the timing of that has a lot to do with the fact that I'm on all this fucked up medication. You know what I mean?
I
So,
saw the video from you in the car. You said you didn't posted it, right? So you showed like you were really done from the narcose and the painkillers after the operation, right? So I mean, I have two wisdom teeth out, and two I still have. I don't know what side, because when I was young, they took two out, and it hurt me so much. It was so bad. And when I imagine now how you feel getting four out basically, and so that they never removed the other two. But my dentist said because two were gone, it was kind of more relaxing, so that maybe the other two didn't grow into whatever the bone. Hopefully not, because I don't think I ever got a X-ray done again because I just cannot do it. So naja, we will see if I have that problem at 1.2, but maybe I was lucky removing only two, right? So uh, at the same time where this happened, in a way, we launched the campaign for Postal 2 and the California Fried movie. Then we got the in a way, I think I said it in various videos already that when we twittered about it, Vince Dizzy from Running with Scissors said he cannot say no to this. Like, like there was that pre-Twitter Postal 2 is necessary. And I think we had like plenty of evidence in the last 7, 8, 10 years that Postal turned into a cult film and that a huge group of people want Postal 2. And when I did all that press in the last 2 months for First Shift, the upcoming First Shift release, every single podcast host I was in said they loved Postal and Postal is a masterpiece, blah, blah, blah. And
well,
then we,
oh, well, what I really want to explain to people first off is like if they could see it in context, like Postal is pretty much a suppressed film, right? Like when we tried to launch it in 2000 plus theaters and you were ready to go, and I'm going to be totally blunt, all of the theatrical exhibitors, like, I don't know what the fuck happened. They had it advertised on their websites. We had advertising space rented on IMDb on the front page. We had major shit set up, and it was like coming soon on Regal's site. Then one day it just disappears, right?
yes.
Um, I was a little upset about that. I was confused. I contacted you, and then I contacted the president of Cinemark, and he wrote me back. And he said, we never had the movie booked. He or something stupid. It was a lie. It was a lie. And I told you, and you were like, get on it to your team, to whatever the
Vivendi.
bright light.
No. It was Vivendi Entertainment who distributed Postal, and Vivendi
Vivendi.
was a daughter company from Universal, right? So, I mean, it was
Yeah.
not a Universal lot. and so on, and you think they have the power and also the marketing power to launch Postal into, from what I remember, it was a minimum 1,000 screens, and then we got 10.
Yeah.
And I think that the exhibitors lied about it, that they didn't book it, because why it was then on the websites. So
It doesn't make any sense. I think they saw a screener or something, dude. I don't know what happened, but unilaterally it was pulled. And I don't think they ever made a statement, but I believe it was because of all the 9/11 stuff. I think all they saw was the 15-minute beginning, and they were like, oh shit. And this predates a lot of cancel culture from today. This predates a lot of shit. Like, it was way ahead of its time, to the point that the theaters and the exhibitors were too scared to take a chance on it because it was so edgy and so raw, that they were afraid that people would protest them, or that they would get attacks, like that the Taliban would come to their fucking theaters and blow it up, or they didn't want to find out. So I don't know. That's my personal belief.
No, it was a
And I want,
political move. It was definitely infiltrated also from this kind of scandal the movie went through at the New Jersey Film Festival, when the mayor of New Jersey, because we were the opening films there, and the mayor of New Jersey didn't came because of this. And then I was there, and I got attacked from audience members who said it's an insult to the September 11 victims. And I, as usual, was standing my ground, right? And saying, no, it's not. It's a joke about the absurdity of suicide bombers and about thinking you get virgins and so on. That's the scene. And everybody who knows the film knows that this is the scene. And that is not tasteless. That is satire at its best, right? So, and I still stand to it. And I think they totally got it wrong. But that negative kind of political situation there was maybe spreading out, and then they took the movie down. And the movie was also, after the DVD and release, never really worldwide shown in any TV channel, ever. And now recently, since 1 year or 1.5 years at least, streamers carrying it, like Tubi and Amazon and so on, that took like over 10 years, 12 years. And I think that it's the real story of Postal. As you said, it's a oppressed, suppressed film, but we all know that millions and millions of people watched it for free on BitTorrent and this kind of things, and YouTube and so on, because it's just too hard, too much work in general to shut down all the free YouTube stolen films.
yeah, and I want to point out to everybody, not somebody, sorry, I'm saying the wrong word. Um, when a movie like this doesn't do well, you're not going to have a huge advertising budget. You're not going to have a huge team that you can pay lots of money to promote it. Like I said before, I started at Trauma, and at Trauma, they didn't have any money. They didn't have any way to promote their films. We were all busting our ass, learning as we went, doing 6 jobs at a time. That's not normal. It's not natural. But we all did it for the purpose, for the cause of the movie. And the movie was designed to be offensive. The movie was designed to push boundaries. The Toxic Avenger 4. And I mean, I didn't get paid jack shit from that movie. And it left a lasting impression that we are here. Fast forward to now, fast forward to Uwe Boll isn't rich. All that stuff about I can play golf till I'm dead was a joke. It was a joke that went over everybody's head. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't really hate his fans. We kind of went with that because that was what was in vogue online. That was what I amplified. Like at Trauma, we would do 6 different jobs and we wouldn't have the money. So I used those exact same tactics and techniques on how to promote and how to plant a seed. Everybody views Uva as this. And we kind of get the joke. We get the joke. So we cultivate it. We satirize it. all that stuff that Uwe said and posted online that's been kind of crazy or off kilter, or the thing on that film site. What was it?
No, the Reddit reviews, this was you, with my permission. A lot of that crazy reviews we did for a while, you did it.
Yeah, the reviews, exactly.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then Uwe
It-
Boll RAW, the Twitter thing is you and not
yeah.
me. You know,
Yeah,
but of
exactly.
course, if I wouldn't like it or if I wouldn't support it, I would stop it a long time ago. So I just let you go rogue because
Yeah.
you said with the karaoke and all that stuff. I think it's important that that was you, right? And it was like mostly positive received, sometimes kind of crazy. But the reality is similar to my YouTube video when I say fuck you all, that was of course exactly how you say. That is kind of grassroots marketing in today's times because
You
the
have to.
internet is crazy. And
Yeah.
you see that traction comes only from total bullshit or total where you watch people, they're influencers, they have absolutely only like the brain is the size of a bean, but they have 10 million followers because they do only stupid bullshit. Right. So, and with
What it was
serious,
like, you're making movies like Darfur, you're making these
yep,
serious movies, and you're putting out serious stuff, and nobody's paying attention.
yes.
And I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh my God. And I had my pulse on the internet. I have my pulse on you because I know you very well. And I have my pulse on the internet and on what's absurd because of where I've my experiences, where I've worked, the past, my love for B cinema or whatever. And I said to myself, I've got to get these people's attention. So I looked at it like a catch 22. Yeah, in one way, people will think we're out of our fucking minds. But in another way, it's also refreshing because it's like the anti-Spielberg, which is its allure, its appeal. And then by accident, people will see the more serious stuff. There's a lot of people who've been, turnovers to actually take the time to watch Rampage or Darfur or Assault on Wall Street or any of these movies because of the silly shit we've put out there. You know what I mean? It's a big cycle. It's like a cycle of advertising. I know it sounds like it's like not authentic, but those are funny jokes. The whole thing was very funny. The whole thing was like a great troll on the people who thought that they were the trolls. We were completely aware of the narrative the whole time, and we turned it around, and we showed, because I was like, fuck, I was like, everybody thinks Uwe Boll is like this horrible human being, and it's simply just not true. And you know what I mean? I'm like, this guy's done so much for me, this guy's done so much in general for all of us. Like, look at the movies he's producing. It's about more than bullshit, and if it takes bullshit to get the real shit out there, then so fucking be it. And that was what that was my whole, you know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah, you know why
sorry.
the other people never have to do this, the Spielbergs of this world, because they having the 50 or $100 million advertising packages for every single product they spit out. They have the full support of the streamers who finance them. They getting in the A-list festivals because the studios and the streamers determine in today's time what films are shown in A-list film festivals so that the whole world writes about them, right? When I see now in Venice, the Brad Pitt, George Clooney film, it has no substance. Everybody writes basically negative about it. But why is they then in Venice at the film festival? Why they got invited? Because they said, we bring you Brad Pitt and George Clooney on the red carpet. Boom, the invitation comes. And to the outside world, they're always saying, because we tried to get run into it, right? Like my film about the migration crisis, and they passed on it, even if it's half shot in Italian language, my film, basically, or 1/3, 25% shot in Italian language about the biggest Italian problem, the boat people coming in. So, and all that stuff, it doesn't help you. So what as an independent, and that is, I totally understand. I mean, we had a lot of exchanges the last few days about how, in a way, disappointed you are in me and me also. And the thing is, like, in today's time, if you don't have the big machine behind you, you are stranded as
You're
dead in the
stranded on an
water.
island yelling for, hey guys, you could have the fucking secret to cancer. You could have the secret to AIDS. You're on an island by yourself, screaming the fucking pearls of wisdom, and nobody fucking cares. And
Yeah.
that's what fucking sucks, is that
Yes.
fucking bullshit. Like, what dress is Kim Kardashian wearing today?
Mm.
That's what they fucking
Yes.
care about. And that's what Postal and all this shit was supposed to satirize. And that's
Yes.
why it was
The
important.
craziness.
That's what makes it important,
Yeah,
you know?
but coming back to the thing, like, because I want to use that video too to first time in Uwe Boll RAW, in a way, give shit to our fans and or the people they following us. Because when I do an Insta live video, sometimes I do this here and I just run Insta live with it, right? You see like people not paying any attention what I say. Like they asking you a question if the chat is open, right? There are questions. I'm talking about the fucking migrant crisis, and I've shot a film with Amanda Plummer about it. You know, our first shift comes out in the movie theaters, and then you see in the chat questions about like, was in Blood Rain, how was it with Cristiano Luca? Like they're asking questions totally off topic. Like, oh, Uwe Boll is talking. Let's send him the questions we always had to ask him. Is House of the Dead? What do you think about House of the Dead? Blah blah blah. So they're basically interrupting my attention in the concentration thought I have here, delivering something interesting for the world or intelligent users. And that is a thing what is very, very disappointing. And that coming back to, because I don't want to give you the fault for our that we had to pull the crowdfunding thing. I don't want to blame only here Vince Dizzy, right? So because I think Running with Scissors, I understand that they didn't want that we collect money for Postal 2 and then we don't shoot Postal 2 and we shoot California Fright Movie. Nothing, I 100% agree from their perspective, they were totally right? But in all that years, we were always in contact, right? And we always mentioned we want to do Postal 2. And they should maybe contacted us first per email, and they should not acted like they don't know who Gary Otto is. I mean, we do this here for years and years and years, and you know, and people know you from our podcast. I mean, we have thousands of episodes. So to act like, and also he was copied on various email threads where you were on it and stuff like this. So that was unfair to first, like in a way, being scared to blame me for anything. So they blamed you for stuff. That was unfair, right? But they should know we do this here as a team. And of course, the crowdfunding where I wrote, I mean, I'm in the crowdfunding. How can they think that you put something up what nobody knows about, like me, or, you know, bullshit. And they acted also in a way that they had no clue about the crowdfunding, but it's not true. As I said, there was before was Twitters and everything saying this. And in my perspective, I think they should contact us private instead of releasing a press release where everybody jumps on, and they should told us, what are you doing? We're not okay with it. So, you know, then we could maybe fix the whole situation, but they went in public. And then the public, because we know the public is in the social media, they're all merciless. They basically want to destroy people. So they moved on and started blaming everybody for we're basically pieces of shit trying to do Postal 2. Total bullshit. So
yeah, no, what you said makes a lot of sense, and it is true. And what I want to add in there is just, guys, like, look at it from my perspective, because this is the misunderstanding. And this is what happens when it gets put out there in the internet, and I have no fucking idea what's going on. Because I take my orders from Uwe Boll, and then I do everything I'm supposed to do, and I'm trying very, very fucking hard to get it up fast, to get it up right, to make it look good, because we've done it like fucking a million times before, and each time it wasn't good enough. So this time I really tried to make it put up nice. And while I was promoting before it came out, before it was out, I had to use my account to post a longer video. I had gone on YouTube and I had found this great video. I thought it was a great video. And you know, when you post just the YouTube link, people don't view it. And it's people don't really view from my account. All this time, even though I've had this power, I haven't used this power to promote myself, because I see it as, in the bigger thing, I don't matter. The project matters. And I don't matter, you matter. My voice may matter because I contribute, but me, Gary Otto, doesn't matter. And that's why I never focused on myself. I never used it as a tool to prop myself up, like Gary Otto's brand new show. He's so awesome. Because, I was uncomfortable with that role for a long time, even though I was doing it, because I don't know, I had low self-esteem, I had low confidence. But regardless, what was I saying? I was saying about
No,
what was the point I was
no, but basically what you said, what it's
from the
this
beginning.
yeah, so and I think that the beginning of the crowdfunding was kind of and now forget for 1 second the running with scissors or the whatever that it turned the way that we
Wait, let me just continue. I remember what I was saying.
okay, good.
Yeah, I posted this video and somebody was like, "You took it without permission or something." And I was like, haha, that's funny. I thought it was a joke. So I treated it like a joke. I tweeted back just like GIF responses. And the person was going nuts about it, going nuts about this guy getting credit, some YouTuber. And I thought it was really funny. So I humored him and I just said, I helped develop these films. I didn't mean Postal. I meant the Uwe Boll films, which I have in the past. I've helped a lot with a lot of stuff. And I don't put it out there. I don't want to fucking make it look like I'm Mr. Hollywood or something, but I wanted to like legitimize it. And they must have gone back and told Running with Scissors, this guy thinks he said he worked on Postal and he fucking, he was really rude. And I don't even know how it got spun, but I know that a lot of people started harassing me. And I was going to ask this guy permission to use his video in the Kickstarter, and then his fans were going ape shit on me. Like I was getting emails and I was getting discs and I was getting all sorts of fucking weird. It's just the internet, I guess, but it was really fucked up. And I was just like, okay, never mind. So I used some other video. We launched, and my name was on it because I'm in the United States. You're in Germany. There's a couple different accounts with a couple different Kickstarters. I can't even tell which one is which anymore because there's so many fucking accounts. So I used just this random one that we had for the retarded wizard a long time ago. People are looking at it. They're saying, oh, none of the other Postal 2s are attached. The previous Kickstarters. Well, those are all different accounts, guys. And, I don't know. And then it's under my name and the cash will go to me, I guess. But that doesn't mean that like I'm going to keep the cash. Like they should talk to you. They should DM. They should do something like that. And I never meant to cause offense.
No,
And
but
my
look,
video,
it's like, I mean, if the people could count to three, they would get it. Like all of this is a no-brainer, right? I mean, we know each other since like 15 years or whatever, or longer.
we've known each other since I was 22 years old.
Yes, so that is the
Yeah.
thing. It's like, and now you're 23, right? No, so
No,
but but think about it. Like I would, like if I wouldn't trust you, for example, receiving money, we would never had this long-term friendship. That's the first thing. The second thing is, and there I want to go to this next phase is if you use videos or you make videos, not you, like this video you used, they're using my content to make their videos. So they breaking the law. I could sue them for infringement. No, but the thing is like if somebody makes a video where 80% of the content in 10 minutes, where we have like 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes of my film in, I could shut him down, not the opposite. So we don't have to then even ask for permission, what we should never ask, but it doesn't matter. And the thing is, of course, we know the internet is very cynical, and when they feel weakness or you feel like you're vulnerable or you're emotional, they go for it. They start to hit you. I learned that the hard way long time ago, was when House of the Dead came Alone in the Dark, that when they felt that I get mad about it, they put like gasoline on the fire. They loved it when Uwe Boll flipped completely out, right? And at the same time, I always try in a way to not take it too personal, but also to, in a way, like use them, right? All the scandals and flipping out on me indirectly was, of course, for me hurtful when it came to festival invitations or reviewers, that they loved me or not. But they brought the attention up. you know, and when they did polls like about famous Germans in America, I'm right after Heidi Klum, you know, so that's the thing where what it also in a way where I benefited on it. So, but I feel like when we put it up and to
Oh,
raise
I
only
want to just say one thing about what you just said.
yeah.
That you must have a very hard shell, because I've only experienced this amount of that, and most people have no idea how hard a shell Uwe Boll must have, because he must be tough, because it fucking blows. It's bizarre, and when people are talking about you and saying fucked up shit for bullshit reasons that aren't true, when they're making up their own narrative about you. And I get why you went into the boxing match. I get the whole humor. I get the joke, just because I know you, you know, like
Yeah, because it's like, because as you said, like there is a reason you can, for example, when you see now First Shift, it came out, now you can watch it on Amazon, whatever. When you read, there are mostly reviews are fair and good, and a lot of people actually like the film, especially on YouTube, like podcasts, whatever, they really like the film. But the written stuff from real reviewers is again full of hate, full of negativity about me, right? And First Shift, you cannot really compare to any other film I actually did before. It's a really different film, and it's a very solid film, what looks great, a cop film, has humor, has suspense, boom. And still the reviews are like, there's no story, there are no characters, everybody's shit, Boll doesn't know where to put the camera. I read 2 reviews on that level where you're 0.5 out of 5, right? And these people are just, they want to hurt me. And that is what people in the internet want. Like they wanted, when they felt you get like emotionally posted your video, and then they want to hurt you. They want to finish you up. That's the reason why what you said also in your personal message, what I played to Natalie, my wife, that's the reason like tribella.com, like from my wife, that hate-free, racist-free kind of thing is urgently needed, because the situation is like there are thousands and thousands of suicides based on exactly that what just happened here, right?
yeah.
But the
You know,
people are younger. If you're a teenager, you go in a dead end. They say you cannot go. They write to you, you cannot come to school anymore. We finish you up. We will find you. Whatever, like they threaten people. And this goes on and on and on. And even if Mark Zuckerberg is every 12 months in the Congress and they grill him, he gives a fuck. They show him, oh, these are the parents from all the people that killed themselves because of bullying. And this is the thing what the internet is. It's an entertaining but totally addictive, and it's mostly negative, and traction comes mostly over negativity or violence or porn or shit like this, what kids should never watch. They're getting confronted with it, and it's going there to crush your soul basically, and they enjoy it. And they enjoy it, in my case, in all that years, I think that they could reach me, that they could like, that they didn't broke me or something, but they know I paid attention to them. They know I was not this kind of, I'm talking only through my publicist, goodbye. They know when they email me that I answer, when they Facebook me that I answer. So, and all these things, what I felt in all that years is a positive thing, that I actually respect people that just starting, they don't have money, or they do like B films or films with the phone and they want advice, that I was always there for them. That I didn't say, look guys, I shot films with Oscar winning actors, I shot 36 films, they are shown in all the countries, blah blah blah. I never had that elitary bullshit thinking, what in reality 95% of the people in Hollywood have, right? You're not like getting Tom Holland chatting with you. They're coming across super natural and super nice, but only at Jimmy Kimmel, you know, and only at Colbert, and only there and there, and at the on the Lido on the red carpet. They're acting too. They have really contact to the real people. What I have, what you have, what we always had and never gave up. But they don't have that contact. So, and now before you continue with something, that is where my disappointment is when we finally said we give it one more shot with Postal 2, right? And because Postal is a monument of free speech and freedom of art. That's the reality. Postal for me is like Dr. Strangelove and Catch-22. It's a cry for freedom, and it's that we could do this kind of humor shows the freedom we were in when we did the film. In other countries, they would stone us, kill us for half of the stuff what is going there. And I think that's the thing what we have to defend, and that goes away with the woke and cancel culture. And when all this comes out and we post it all, and we collect $800 in the first 24 hours, that's a fucking joke. And a joke from all of that people who over all that years Twittered me, LinkedIn me, Facebook me, YouTube me, and wrote how much they love my films, how much they love Postal, and tell me that on screenings and so on conventions, right? Fuck them. I have to say it crystal clear. Fuck them. They go to soccer games, to football games, to hockey games. They're spending thousands and thousands of money for their entertainment every year. And then when this film comes to the second part, they don't have any money. Oh, I have nothing, right? So bullshit, because they spend all their money on other bullshit where they have no problem to go on and look. When I go to the Weekend of Horrors here and stuff from time to time, I go to that conventions, and you have thousands and thousands of people. They're leaving their $500, $1,000 for like plastic statues of the Predator, and paying like $200 because they have the fucking plastic Predator and stuff like this. This is where they spend their money for. But when you have the chance to co-finance some real shit like Postal 2, what it would be a reflection, of course, on Trump, on Harris, on Gaza, on Free Palestine, on everything what really matters, right? So, and we go to the jugular of it, there is no money. There were others. I looked at Indiegogo. When you see like campaigns, there are campaigns. There are 300, 400, 500% overpaid. They collected that a woman has a thing like a stomach massage thing. I mean, I know this shit from like everywhere, but she had a different one for whatever reason. And she collected $280,000 for fucking rubber stomach thing. There are Indiegogo campaigns where there and Kickstarter campaigns. They're collecting money for an idiot who says, oh, whatever, I need to go to the dentist. I need, you know, like shit like this, where you feel like, guys, if we get $800, no matter what Running with Scissors wrote or whatever, if we get only $800 after we said, here it is, Postal 2, that was for me also the reason to tell you then, you know what, cancel it. Because that's just bullshit. That shows that they're all lying. You know, or they really don't put the money where their mouth is. And I'm very, very disappointed in all that fuckers. And I completely agree with you when you said, I'm like Uwe Boll RAW, the Twitter account for now, it's gone, right? So, and I totally agree with you. And I'm so close to do the same. Because I think with Uwe Boll RAW, we talked about so much about politics, culture, and so on. And if really, and I have no problem that we do it and only 500 people watch it, but they really focus on it, I have no problem with it. But, you know, but I'm really tired of, because when the campaign started, you and me, that 48 hours, I think we both did 200, 300, 400 tweets. And I did like 10 other podcasts, and I pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. Right.
You know, and I was trying to do Postal a favor because I pushed us to go viral for that Borderlands shit.
Yes.
I went out to see that movie, by the way. It sucked, but and you would have done a better job. But but yeah, we were going viral because of this. And I said, and you said the same thing. This is a brilliant time to really push Postal into the stratosphere, because your name, you know, it made sense to launch it at that time. It was a misunderstanding, guys. But you understand the intention at least, right?
I know, but I don't take things back what I just said. I also want to give like these people shit about like when you have something what means so much to you, right? And I said that when I'm at conventions, whatever, you can really say that 60% of the stuff I sign is for Rampage and Postal, 60%. So, but I made 38 films, right? So, and that shows to me that these two films really triggered something in people. They really love Rampage and they really love Postal. And in all that years, it never stopped. It never stopped that I get like emails, whatever, you know? And then it's like people writing me, here's a script, here's an idea. Can you help me here? Can you do a little cameo here? I did that on stupid German horror movies. I played little cameos to help them and stuff like this, right? And I really reconsider spending any more like seconds on answering them, saying, no, I cannot sell your film. Your film sucks. It's amateurish. No, no, but I always try to build them up and to tell them like keep going and when it gets better, whatever. I have no time now to really read your whole 100 pages here, you know, and stuff like this. But it's this kind of, you know, where I felt like in a way similar to what you wrote me, that you felt like sometimes you wasted all that time, right? But don't think I feel totally different, right? So I feel also like I didn't know when you would ask me when I did German Fright Movie, the first film, I would not never thought that I do films with Jason Statham, with Ben Kingsley, with J.K. Simmons, whatever, with Burt Reynolds, and I still don't get credit from the mainstream. You know, you have to think about what my filmography is. It's insane that I'm not sitting in a jury in Telluride at Sundance. It's insane that I didn't get a retrospective at whatever the South by Southwest Festival. Look the fucking credits. There are people. They're sitting in the jury now. Julia von Heinz from Germany sits in the jury in Venice. She did 2 films, right? So that it's total bullshit. And that's the thing. Like I feel. Of course, we're in totally different life situations, totally like different, but we know each other so long that we can be blunt and open here, right? I feel also a lot of times like totally fucked up about this. Absolutely, like there are like, look, you do First Shift, it looks like the perfect pilot for a TV series, and I see day for day TV series done for 50 million for 8 episodes, 60 million, and all that channels, all that streamers who they have 8 billion loss, 6 billion loss, who doesn't know how to finance it, who maybe go bankrupt like Warner Brothers, like Paramount, and shit like this. And I say I can do 8 episodes like First Shift, and people love it, right? So and there's no difference between First Shift and a bad like Blue Bloods or CSI. It looks even better. So. And would they give me 10 million for 8 episodes? No fucking way. But then they're all whiny, and the stock market says, oh, they're fucked up. They're penny stocks now. They're going out of business. And they still don't do it. You know,
something funny is that everybody in the business is desperate to have their stories told, and very rarely do they have the freedom to be able to tell these stories. People get into this business just like I did, kind of, and they're very wet behind the ears, and they think they have these wonderful stories to tell. Well, I'll tell you, all of the fucking media that you're consuming, all of the stuff that you think is deep, these young adult type films or whatever the fuck, everything is like a test pattern that's been processed through marketing and research. There's no freedom of like expression. The films from the 80s and the 90s had more freedom of expression because there was film companies like the Geffen Film Company, an independent company, or there was Canon Pictures, or there was New World Pictures. All of your favorites, all of the films that you love, whether they be like, look at Canon Pictures. Canon Pictures released Barfly, an Academy Award nominated film, and they released total trash. Like they had a diversity spectrum that we don't experience now in Hollywood because they only focus on what will sell guaranteed, because the investor will say, I have this number of millions of dollars. I don't want to just make 15% profit. I want to make 50% profit. What's the absolute guaranteed hit? We only go with the sure thing. And then you end up with movies like The Green Lantern, which everybody hates and everybody complains was made by committee and all this shit. Well, you know what? They've just been better at hiding it. They've been better at hiding their made by committee kind of prerequisite that has been infecting every genre film that's been made. It's been so boring. We have the same, like people who are 20 years old might not see it because they're not old enough to have lived through some of the older days. But the reason why the movies used to be better before is because we lived in a more robust and healthy marketplace for films. There was more types of films and there was more chances being made that the greats were able to come out. Fight Club. And 20th Century Fox had a CEO that lasted like 6 months who's fucking he said that he didn't care about money. He didn't care about the money of how much it cost to finance these movies, because the movies that were made under his tenure, he said he wanted them to last, transcend generations. He said we worry about quality, not on how much it costs. As a result, we got a couple films from Fox that were absolutely out of this fucking galaxy. Fight Club would never have been produced because it bombed under his watch. He was thrown out. He was thrown out by investors and bullshit. And Fox went back to its same bullshit test pattern. Anytime anybody comes in that tries to say, we need to go back to this level of quality and give the people what they want, is pushed back by investors and the people with the fucking power.
Yeah, but
And then
now
we end up with David Zaslav. You know what I mean?
I know, but what is totally different now is the investors are the people you have to talk to. There are, like in the earlier days, you had that one guy who wanted maybe to do something and had to go to the board and whatever, get the money. Now, this board people are the decision makers. There are only money people left. They decide everything together with algorithm and little losers. So, and the one very important thing I want to add to what you said, because that's the main difference why as an independent filmer you have almost no chance anymore, is at Blockbuster, every film had a cover. And there was Terminator, but there was also Barfly. And you walked by and paid attention to the covers, and then you picked your film. Now, Amazon puts my film up, puts also Terminator up, but they put Terminator in the front, popping up, boom, boom, boom. They have only 10 films popping up, boom, boom, boom. And the other 100 films who get released every month are not getting any attention. If you don't put the name in or first shift in Amazon, you will not see it, right? If you don't click the link on, you will not see it. That destroys the independent film, because it's not a fair competition anymore where people really can say, do I want to see like Brad Pitt and George Clooney in Wolf? Or do I want to see First Shift, a film where actually something happens, right? So no, because the competition is over. The competition is we push only, it's in Apple, everything. If you're not on the new releases front page, you're dead, because then only people will find you who go deeper or who look for your film. That means your revenues by Blockbuster could be half of what Terminator was, right? Because you were just sitting there on the shelf. And in earlier days too, at Best Buy, they had huge DVD sales, right? And now it gets smaller. Walmart, it's like almost, it's one shelf left, what only sells Barbie and Oppenheimer. So, you know, and that's the problem. That's a real problem we're facing, where we have an absolutely no competition anymore. The tech companies swallowed up Hollywood, the algorithms swallowed up Hollywood, and now they give so much money they want to the same fucking stars who are already super rich, and they produce whatever the fuck they want and pay themselves 20 million, and are still totally whiny about the films later. Oh, I didn't get a theatrical release. Now yeah, I got 20 million. So, and then everybody else who makes independent films is dead. You know, and that's the thing. It's like that I used my own money to make a film like Run or First Shift, right? Means at the same time, I don't want to be ruined and be poor when I'm old. So it means I have to be super careful, and I have to make basically miracles that the films in the end are looking good, whatever. But of course, I cannot pay the big union fees and shooting 35 days and stuff like this, because I'm not totally out of my mind, and I'm not Coppola, who sits on 500 million bucks and can just spend 100 million on Megapolis and doesn't feel it. So that's the thing, right? And I think that also a lot of people who didn't push now our or paid into our campaign, they're also not aware that I do this with the film coming back to film because I love film and I enjoy making films, but at the same time, I also do something for them, you know, that I want to entertain them, and I want that they start thinking about stuff like the migrant crisis, or when I did Darfur and this kind of films. I wanted that they start thinking about the South of Wall Street, about the real estate crisis 2008, and the bankers got away with it, whatever. So I also, in a way, indirectly service them, right? And all that films, I made nothing. The only reason that I could make that films was House of the Dead, Alone in the Dark, and all that films who got more money and also more revenues, you know. And it's so frustrating for me in all that years to read this total bullshit, you know, like whatever. Let's say Borderlands, you have like $115 million budget. They give 60, 70 million to release the film. Then the film makes $15 million box office, right? Oh, total flop. And then you read Uwe Boll's House of the Dead was a bigger flop. Yeah, but House of the Dead was $7 million. And it was $13.2 million box office, and it did $28 million in DVD and video rental in Redbox.
And it's not adjusted for inflation.
Exactly. Due to inflation, it would be 40 million. So that's the thing. There were fucking smash hits in comparison to the shit what comes out today, produced with hundreds of millions. And they have the advertising, what I never had. House of the Dead got some advertising, but it didn't get the big advertising. So, you know, and they maybe spent 10 million on the release on House of the Dead, and not like other movies where they spent 40 million, 50 million nonstop. That's the thing. But even the professional reviewers never gave me credit for it. Or fucking Rotten Tomatoes, or these fuckers who on purpose, Rotten Tomatoes, yeah, IMDb, on purpose, they don't count positive reviews from podcasters, from other people, or from when you go on Amazon. All my films have 4 points, like, you know, like they are high rated on Amazon from the actual viewers of the films, but I never get the credit, so I always get voted down on IMDb and so on, and that is very, very frustrating for me. So, and naja, but that I think it was, or it's important that we talked about it and we got it off our chests, because I think we were both boiling the last few days, you know. And then I think in the future, we just for now making a break on all the craziness, or all that we don't have to talk to our fans or to ball fans, whatever, every day. We can make our podcast and we slow down a little and concentrate on hopefully the good stuff. That First Shift still will come out on Showtime in December, and I hope people keep renting it, and hopefully Showtime gets a good rating with it, and we have a chance to do something else, you know. And I still hope that the streamer at one point says, look, we do a House of the Dead, we pay it to you, like that I can also in a way pay more people, give more money out, and say, look, but as long as it's me alone, you know, from my taxes paid personal money, I just cannot say, I buy your script, I buy this, I do this. It's impossible, right? So that's the thing. I'm also in this catch-22. I would feel better if I'm a subsidized guy in Germany who gets every fucking script $50,000, just subsidies to write a script, subsidies to prepare a budget. You know, I know so many people that live only off subsidies in Canada, in Germany, and they live only off TV contracts, because every crap they do, the TV pays the bills. And that never happened to me. Like, I'm really in the free market and nowhere else. Like, I'm really making only money, or making money back, if when we say watch it on Amazon, watch it on Apple, that people actually do this and fucking pay for it. So it's the only way for me to make a dime back. And I think a lot of our fans, or the fans of the ball stuff, they kiss the ass on the thing. I like this, and they never say, I watched it all for free, I watched it all illegal, I give a fuck. That's the reality. And so I have to tell all of them, if you just keep watching my movies for free, you can fuck yourself, but never write me an email again how you want to be acting in my film. I get that every day. I want to act in your film, I want to make your music, I want to do this. Fuck you all, right? We raised $750 with you fuckers in our campaign, and not like, I was expecting that the worst case is that we raised 30 to 50 grand in a day, in 2 days. I thought really people waited for it a long time. And then you read all that Twitters, oh my God, yes, right? Okay, but not, oh my God, yes. And then these are the people they gave not even $5. And that's the thing where I have to say, like, maybe all of you should stop sending me your scripts, your ideas, or your CVs because you want to work for me. Now you can all fuck yourself. Like, I come back to you if I really want to work with you. You know, try to email Paul Thomas Anderson, Terrence Malick, Brad Pitt. Email them guys and try to get something out of them. and you will see what you got from them. Radio silence forever, you know, and I think they should respect you and me, because a lot of things you answered for me also in the past. You know, they should respect it a little more, that there was a communication we always had with everybody, and we sent so much things out to people and so on. So
Yeah, no, when people are upset, there's been fans who have been suicidal. There's been a lot of fucked up shit in the past 20 years that I saved some people's lives as you. You know what I mean? Like that guy who was on drugs the other day, I sent him a nice message of comfort and support, because that's not the answer. And I want everyone to know that it's a hard life out there and life sucks, but the drugs and the alcohol will only make it worse long term. You'll have a hard time finding peace because you'll always need that shit. You'll always need it, just like that guy the other day. So I always try to reach out to fans and encourage them as Uwe Boll, because nobody cares about me. And I don't even care. I want them to feel better. I want the world to stop being so sick, to heal. I'm doing it. You're doing it. The world needs to do it. It's time for us to get back on our feet and get on the horse again. Everybody, start taking care of yourselves, and stop giving yourself excuses that the horrible things that you do to yourself in your life are okay because of this or because of that. Get some perspective, get a therapist, do something, take action, because you will die one day. And
yeah,
nobody's going to remember Gary Otto. No one's going to remember my name. You know what I mean? But we can make a difference
like,
right
I'm
fucking
never,
now.
but never forget, it doesn't matter. When you're dead, you're dead. And if I'm remembered or not, when I'm dead, I also give a shit about it, because I'm dead. So, and but they should
But
all
now's the time.
they
Now's the
should
time to make a
all go
change.
on the waiting list for tribella.com. Check that out, guys. There's a waiting list, because I hope that that app can go online and get to a real competitive situation against Facebook and X and all that shit what is out there to just suck your data. You want to make Zuckerberg richer, 150 billion, Musk 200 billion, all that people suck you out like nothing, and we're all indirectly, we're all victims of them, nothing else.
All
Okay,
right.
should we finish it for today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this was a good episode. I will post it on the YouTube, and I'll post it on Spotify, and you can share it. I mean, you're the only one with the Twitter right now. I'm taking a break, guys, for a little while. Uwe Boll RAW USA might not come back. If it does come back, it's going to come back in like a more sophisticated style. I don't know what's going to happen, but keep tuning in because we will record more episodes either way. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.